In case you guys have been wondering where the hell I've been, just watch the last video that I made. It completely explains everything. But today I'm going to be explaining to you guys something that happened to me the other day while I was on my motorcycle. And before I get any sort of I'm just gonna go ahead and let you know the story. I'm just gonna tell you, you cannot make this up. Like, this was just absolutely awful. So a lot of the times what I like to do on my motorcycles, I just like to venture out, just go drive, get myself lost, and try to find myself back to where, somewhere that looks familiar. It's really fun to do things like that, and it's just a really big enjoyment for myself that it's just a pastime for me, honestly. And of course, I just started doing, here's my helmet. I don't know if you can see, like, right up top here is a GoPro. I just started into trying to get into motor vlogging and stuff because that stuff's really fun. And a lot of times I feel like it could be interesting content from what I've seen before, like on channels such as Chase on Two Wheels or Jogo 101 and all those guys. They're really cool. I'll put their links in the description below just because I mentioned them. But a lot of the times a bunch of crazy shit happens on the road that a lot of the times you can bring onto YouTube, and it's like, dude, that looks like crazy footage. And for one thing, people that are friends of mine or they know me from where I live, you guys know in the part of Texas that I'm at, it is just absolutely horrendous with drivers. Our drivers are absolute dog shit at everything, from using turn signals, illegal turns, cutting people off, driving aggressively. It's just a complete horror film. So with that, the other day I was driving on my motorcycle. I didn't have the GoPro on at this point. I was just, driving my motorcycle, doing my thing. And a lot of the times, the thing with motorcycle drivers is we don't think we're the center of attention. And I'll be the first to say that yes, there are a lot of motorcycle drivers that are complete assholes. They think they are the shit and everything. I'll be the first one to tell you as a bike rider that yes, that is a stereotype that actually exists. Motorcyclists actually do think they are the shit, but at the same time, we're like the little guy out on the road. Please keep a lookout for us. We're more prone to hurting ourselves because we're in a smaller vehicle. So with saying that, what had occurred one time was when I was driving down this road, this crazy ass driver just decided to cut me off, just boom, but he blasted right in front of me, and I kind of looked at him and I was like, what the fuck? So after I had kind of made that action and I shook my head with my fat ass helmet on, we got to the next stoplight and he got right up next to me, and I drove up right next to, or I pretty much naturally drove up next to him, and he had the window open, so he looks over to me. He's like, "What, you got a problem, boy?" And I'm with my helmet on and I just tell him, "You just cut me off, were you not watching me?" And he just storms back at me with, "What, you think you're the center of attention?" What the fuck? Like I said, we're the little guy out on the road. Please keep a lookout for us. We're more prone to being in an accident than in a car. And a lot of the times, we can get hurt way more. So, look out for us. You know what I mean? Do us a solid. So I didn't know what to reply to this guy. I was like, what the fuck? Who does this guy think he is? So we continued driving and he had his window down, so he just kept giving me the signal with his hand outside of his car to drive up next to him. And I was like, who the fuck does he think he is? First he tries to make it seem like it's my fault that he cut me off and he could have hurt me. And now he starts telling me shit, thinking I'm the center of attention. And then he wants me to drive up next to him so he can tell me more shit. It didn't make any sense to me at all, and I was like, whatever, dude. I did not drive up next to him. So as we're driving down the same road, we stop at the next stoplight, and he proceeds to tell me more shit. He's just yelling at me or whatever, and I'm just like, fuck this guy, man. I had my earplugs in, and earplugs, not earphones. I was not listening to music. Just making that very clear. I had my earplugs in and I was like, fuck this guy. I'm just gonna try and block him out. I don't need to listen to him. We keep driving, and this third driver it looked like he was driving 90 miles per hour on what seemed like a 45 mile per hour road. He just blasted past me, and I felt the turbulence from the fucking car come to where it shook my bike a little bit, and I was like, oh shit. And he cut off the driver that was telling me a bunch of shit. After that happened, it turned into a big clusterfuck of when these two are trying to cut each other off, and they're just getting in front of each other a lot while they're driving in front of the road. I'm just watching from a distance like, what the fuck is going on, dude? These people are just being aggressive. And I had a good distance on my motorcycle and I was like, whoa, these guys are fucking crazy. And some people's road rage is just so bad, which explains what happens next. So then it's at the next red light. These two drivers stop right next to each other in the front of the street. And I'm like right behind the driver who was telling me shit. That driver then got out of his car, the one that was telling me shit. He got out of his car at a red light and pointed at me and he's like, "You're next, motherfucker," when I'm done with him. I'm just in my helmet like, what the hell? I didn't do anything to you. What is going on? So I'm actually like naturally scared at this point because I'm on a bike. I'm not the biggest guy in the world, so I mean, anything could happen to me. Not saying this guy was like immensely huge or anything, but like still, you never know. In these situations, like it doesn't happen that often, especially with me. So I kind of freaked out and I thought like, I don't know what I'm going to do in this situation. So he looks at me, he's like, "You're next, motherfucker," when I'm done with him. And I'm on my motorcycle like, what the fuck is going on? The third driver who was speeding like crazy, cutting the guy who was telling me shit, they both got out of their car and he's like, "You got a problem, buddy?" And the other driver's like, "Yeah, I do have a problem. You're my fucking problem." And I'm just here like, guys, you were both driving recklessly. You have no reason to be mad. So then they both get out of their car in middle of the street at a red light. They are legitimately pushing each other and yelling at each other in middle of the street. And I'm just watching this on my bike like, what the fuck? I'm just completely in awe that some people's road rage is like that. And then the signal light to turn left turned on. I look behind me and some lady like generously let me go, and because of her I didn't have to continue following up on that street. I didn't have to meet up with any of those two drivers and I was completely safe. Honestly, like some people's road rage is absolutely horrendous. It is completely disgusting, and I just hope that some people actually have like decency and courtesy out on the road, so that you can actually like be watchful of other drivers and motorcyclists. Like, don't just be attentive to other motorcyclists, just fucking pay attention to everybody. Like seriously, like out there on the road, in case you aren't aware, like you are wielding a weapon. Yes, anything that's lethal can be used as a weapon, and any vehicle can be used dangerously, so please be careful. Please be courteous and understanding of other drivers. I mean, it's just the way it is, and don't be that fucking idiot that cuts someone off and then gets mad because the driver you just cut off is bothered. No shit, that's gonna piss them off. Like that didn't really piss me off. It more like worried me because I'm on a motorcycle and that could actually hurt me. But that's it for the video today, guys. That's you know, like I said, that's pretty much it. If you guys do enjoy these stories, make sure to leave a like, rating, subscribe if you haven't already. And I mentioned this in my past video. On my days off, because I do have work, I'm going to try to get ahead on videos on the days that I have off. So if you guys see me with like the same shirt or the same attire, don't think I'm not washing my clothes or anything. It's just that I'm actually making videos all in one sitting and I'm not gonna have a chance to make them on another day until like my next day off. So I'll just be understanding of that. Thank you guys so much for understanding, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.